So let me take you guys back to like the holiday times of 1978, right? And I believe it was December of 1978. This point, the only Star Wars movie to have come out is at the time just called Star Wars, but now is commonly referred to as A New Hope. So A New Hope has been out. We get a holiday special. People are excited because like how good A New Hope was, or Star Wars at the time was called. Um, Only to get disappointed, like for a whole hour, 37 minutes, like 28-ish seconds. I had watched the holiday special on YouTube because, well, I wasn't born in the 70s, 80s, and the early half of the 90s. I was born in the later half of the 90s. And thankfully, we are living in this whole social media realm where, like, we can watch some, like, all, like, ancient stuff from back in the day. And I had watched the holiday special a few years back. Was excited too, and this was, I believe, like pre-Disney or like early on Disney, before there was like the whole fan divide that the Last Jedi caused. Um, but so the holiday special was the first official spin-off, you can say, and it was like it started out good. It had Han Solo and Chewbacca riding the Falcon, um, escaping Imperials, because they were trying to get back to Kashyyyk, because there's this like holiday on Kashyyyk called Light Day, and that's pretty much to celebrate family, to celebrate loved ones. So we go into we get that pretty decent opening scene. And then we get like 90% of the special centered around Chewbacca's family. And the whole concept isn't bad. Granted, it wasn't a bad concept. Guess getting to know Chewbacca's family, oh man, that's a cool concept. But the execution was horrible. Like, I ain't anymore. Like, we got a cooking show, which was cheesy as hell. We had, like, one of the Chewbacca's family members pretty much watching porn. It was apparently porn is a thing now in Star Wars. The movie was like boring. It didn't really have any action to it whatsoever. I mean, like, it was bad. It was real bad, and I couldn't get into it. There was this woman on a cantina. I forget exactly where this cantina was, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. But it turned into a musical number. It was either on like another part of Kashyyyk or Tatooine. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I watched it twice in my life. Once in like, I want to say towards like the beginning of this channel, so like 2016, 2017, because I really wanted to like know what was the holiday special. Why does it get a bad rap? And then two, the second time was like, I think I intended to make a review, so I watched through the full thing. I don't think I ever made a review on this. So It was so bad. I think the last time I saw it was in like 2020. So like 3 years ago at this point. My lord, it was so horrible. I think my favorite part, and I'm not saying this is the best part, but my favorite part was towards the end when, like, out of nowhere, Princess Leia decided to sing. And let's be like, we saw like Luke Skywalker make a cameo earlier, and I don't believe we saw Leia make a cameo earlier prior to the end. We definitely saw Han Solo just the beginning. But like, okay, backtracking a little bit. The Chewbacca's family is in danger. They're with stormtroopers, right? This epic battle took place. Han Solo and Chewbacca comes in there, saving Chewie's family. But that action scene was eh. It was eh. Like compared to like the action scenes that we got in the original trilogy alone. The action scenes that we got in the in the New Hope in general. Pretending that Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi don't exist right now. The action scenes or the prequels or any other Star Wars movie exists outside of New Hope and this holiday special. The action scenes that we got in A New Hope alone was more entertaining than this final fight. The story, like, The New Hope was more enticing to watch than this garbage holiday shit special. And I can see why George Lucas tried to, like, do his best to, like, buy all the copies and destroy them. It was horrible. It was horrible. And yes, some people might like say, "Oh, Luke Skywalker looked like a Barbie doll," and to their credit, he does. But the only reason why I'm not going to try to make fun of him with how he looked, because I do know, like, I think like it was like within like in between the holiday special and A New Hope, Mark Hamill got into an accident, and so from my understanding, some of the marks that we saw from him in Empire Strikes Back when he was on Hoth, they were actually from his accident. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that those injuries we saw in the Hoth bit were like actually like his actual in from real life. I could be wrong, but I do know he had an accident. So, and it was like, so like, I don't, because Chewbacca's family got worried about Chewie. Where the hell is he? Which is why, like, we saw Luke Skywalker making like a 5-second cameo, and if we did see Leia before the ending, was why we saw her like for 5 seconds, and so like, towards the end, when everyone's grouped together, Leia singing is obviously debatably the best part. Now, one can say that's not saying much, which it could be right. But on the other hand, I never knew Carrie Fisher had a voice. She was an amazing singer, and I don't know if she like ever pursued a more of a singing career, like temporarily, or if she was in any movies that required her to sing. But man, she had a voice. I would have loved just to hear like this like mini track, just hearing Carrie Fisher sing, because she had a beautiful voice. She really did, and like I said, if like I know like there was a time when Carrie Fisher didn't sing or didn't act, So when she was not acting, she could have easily picked up a singing career. I just think that she would have been great as a singer as well, in my opinion. Just seeing her singing the holiday special, and then practically ends, and I was so happy that ended with the credits rolling. Because like I said, that was the most boring Star Wars movie we saw, and that was the first spin-off movie. Like, I criticized the sequels. I I'm more of a Star Wars movie critic than a fan of that movie. Even though I said Solo Star Wars Story is a fun movie, it was an Star Wars movie. But even Solo and the sequel trilogy were more entertaining to me than the holiday special. Some fans might say The Last Jedi was the worst Star Wars movie. Some people may say the Rise of Skywalker was the worst Star Wars movie. And I'm not taking anything away from those people. I'm pretty sure like there's still some people that says the prequels are the worst trilogy. And again, I'm not taking anything away from those people. But in my opinion, the movies in this, like New Hope, Phantom Menace, or Attack of the Clones, whatever, it's the worst movie. I'm not taking away from them. But for me, the worst Star Wars movie that we got was this. The holiday special. It irked me. It was painful to watch. The 2 times I went through it. It was like an hour, 30, 40 minutes of my life. Multiply that by 2, so like, 3 hours of my life, essentially? That I would never get back. Ever. And, I'm so pissed. I'm so freaking pissed. Because, like, I so wanted this to be good. And I think I saw the holiday special after, like, for the first time after The Force Awakens. And maybe before Rogue One or after Rogue One and before Last Jedi. But my point is, if you guys watch this movie and then go back watching what you say is your least favorite Star Wars movie, you'll be more entertained with your least favorite Star Wars movie than this garbage ass special. It sucked. If I had to give this a star, 2.5 at best. Like, I'm not saying a lot for me because like I try not to like really like going like way hard on a movie. Give like a quote unquote hate review, but this is like one of those few times where I can't help it. It's dumb. If you guys have a chance, if you guys want, sure, maybe. But just know it's not as good as it could have been. And the holiday special's it really is. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not under exaggerating. I wish the holiday special was better, but it's not. And for me, it's a worst Star Wars movie. So, that said, have you guys seen the holiday special? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. Talk to you guys later. And may the force be with us all, because we definitely need it. I definitely need it, as I recall that shit.